Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pocono Raceway for the 9th race in the 2021 NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series as we get ready for 40 laps of action here at the Tricky Triangle, joined once again by my man Vince Freeze. How you doing, Vince?
Here we are. We're in the Keystone State, Pocono Raceway. The thing about Pocono you got to watch here is it's a three-turn track, a lot of strategy, and with the cloudy conditions, as we said before we came on air, driver skill will matter. Let's get to it.
Getting on to the starting lineup, Allyson Rayne, second pole in a row here in 2021. She joins Charles Sanford on the year with 2 pole positions. Nate Rogers starting to her outside. Nico Tringali, Jonathan Zorlin, row 2. So Hendrick Motorsports all inside the top 4 to starting position here today at Pocono. Charles Sanford, Seth Cole, row 3. Seth Cole yet to win a race this year. He is second in the points coming into this thing. William Brock and Quinton Moore, row 4, with Kev Shearer and Jessica Shelton in row 5. We'll get to the point standings in a bit, but Vince has got our past race winners and a little bit of track history for us today.
Also, some GOGH as well, some go or go homers. So I should start with that. Yeah, we'll start with that because what people always want to know if they made the race or not. Sam Dyer, Stephen Cologne, Scott Roush, Trey Smith, Len Williams, Christian Vargas, Daniel Bouchard, and Adam Flickinger might be the surprise. All missed the race. Tough break for them. Some past winners, we had Chris Dodd in 2017. Allyson Rayne on the pole in 2018. We did not come here in 2019. 2020, Jeff Toledo not on the field. We are looking for a new winner. Pretty clean racing. The pit window's around 18 to 20 laps. And like I said in the beginning, skill will matter. Pocono has a weird line. You can either go middle, inside, or you can go really up to the top and try to hope to use your corner exit speed to get a run down the back into the tunnel turn. But that's it for me, Zach. We'll go back to the starting grid.
Rayne comes into this race with 3 wins, 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s. The only other driver to have 7 top 10s on the season is Seth Cole. Rayne has a 40-point lead over Seth coming into this race, 41 over Charles Sanford, 62 over Oskin, and 65 over Fitzwater Sr., who has won the last 2 races on the season. The drivers will pull off a pit road. Dylan Young, his average starting position has dipped a little bit. He had his first qualifying effort outside the top 10 last week at Texas. Today he starts 33rd. That's going to dip his average starting position down below, I believe, 5.25 is what it was coming into today. That puts Allyson Rayne at now the best average starting position. She had a 4.88 coming into this race. That's going to go down with the pole, as her worst starting position on the year is 13th back at Auto Club. Looking at the rest of the top 10, Jessica Shelton in 7th, Sorlin 8th, Rowe in 9th, and then Quinton Moore cracked the top 10. As a reminder, the playoff format this year is top 10 in the points, and then any race winners from 11th to 25th in the standings. Osmain Hamid currently sits 23rd in the points. He had another poor qualifying effort here today. We'll have to work to stay inside the top 25. Of course, the regular season finale is still 16 races away, so he's got plenty of time to work his way, or keep himself top 25. But if he falls outside of the top 30, things are going to get really difficult, because then you fall into go or go home qualifying. And how about Kev Shearer, Vince, on the upward swing, 27th in the points. He's missed 3 races on the season. In 5 races, a top 10, an average starting position of 16th, an average finishing position of 18.8. He starts 9th today. Can he keep it rolling? He's in his hometown state, and we are green flag racing from Pocono Raceway. And already Kev's going to make it 3 wide. Charles Sanford going to make it 3 wide.
The great thing about Pocono is you got multiple groups, as I said in the opening. Allyson Rayne takes the lead, though, down the back.
So you look at the top of the screen, almost 200 into turn 2. Down to about 154. And Nate Rogers is going to look for the lead on lap 1 into turn 3. One of the longest straightaways around the country. Charles Sanford looking for somewhere to go. He's going to maybe make it 3 wide. 202 miles an hour there. 3 wide for second between Sanford, Zorlin, and Rayne. And here comes Seth Cole in 5th. Insane racing here to start off the race as Kev Shearer finds himself up to 6th place. Settle out the 3 wide. Zorlin up to 2nd. And Zorlin's going to go for the lead on his teammate of Nate Rogers.
Zorlin hasn't made a lot of noise this season. He's been kind of consistent wandering around. He's looking to change that Pocono. As you can see, the battle for 3rd is heating up as well between 2 good friends.
Zorlin and Seth Cole are the 2 drivers who have won a race in every season of Digital Storm competition. Zorlin is also one of 2 drivers to win on every type of racetrack. The other driver that has done that is Alex Gray, who no longer competes in either series. Rayne will file into 3rd. Sanford's looking for the position again. Kev Shearer 6th. Jesse Turner having a decent run so far in 7th. He's under fire from Samet Oskin. You've got Alexander Rowe and Nico Tringali rounding out the top 10. But a lot of racing action here as Oskin is going to make a dive on Kev Shearer for 6th place. Kev's going to give him the line. But Kev will hold the position off of turn 3. It's Charles Sanford trying to work his way by Allyson Rayne. Can't quite clear. He does. Now look at that move by Allyson Rayne, man.
That was a veteran move right there. Just blast that Sanford. I was like top to bottom.
Right
in the
back.
middle of the top.
Right back to 3rd. As Kev Shearer's looking for 5th place. The hometown guy right here, man. In Kev's career, Kev's got 1 career win in the Digital Storm Cup Series dating back to 2019 at Pensacola Superspeedway.
Yep, Kev and the PPG boys are the hometown heroes per se this weekend for sure.
Jesse Turner trying to make his way back forward. Turner been on a bit of an upward swing himself. He's entering this race 18th in the points, 2 top 10s on the season. Samet Oskin's going to make it 3 wide. Nope, stays back in line with Kev. Now he's looking again. There it is, 3 wide for 5th place. And Oskin's going to take it. Bit of a stagnant race now at the front. Seth Cole going to try and hold on to 6 over Kev Shearer. Can't quite do it. They're still side by side. So while they keep racing up here, let's go through the field for the first time today. James Ellison finds himself the highest rookie driver in the field as he's going to take away 12th place from Quentin Moore. Ellison racing up in down in North Carolina last night in the Jerky Pro Truck Series. Got the flight straight down here to Pocono. Straight up here to Pocono, rather.
Straight up, yeah.
Having a good day, getting all our directions mixed up. Cole Deaver, RJ Bishop having a good race here so far today. Logan York, Zach Flickinger, Jessica Shelton, Priya McShane, and Sebastian Kukulon all inside the top 20. Ace Rogers, Andrew Rich. Andrew Rich continuing to struggle to start the season. Just been so inconsistent. Comes into the race 12th in the points, 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s. He's trying to make his way forward. He's known as the intermediate master, but this is one of the tracks he has not conquered yet in his career. Cara Bell, 23rd. Amanda Evans up to 24th. Lane Sanders, 25th. Laura Chung, there's Dylan Young, who started 33rd. He's made his way forward a little bit. He's up to 27th. As Fitzwater has been struggling in his hometown state. He's running in 29th right now behind Diego Yepes. So you look outside the top 30, the drivers really struggling. Alex Ferrani, Peter Onjak. Onjak's still in that top 30 battle to stay top 30 in the points. See Osmain Hamid back here, 37th. Colt Hudson. Edwin Justice. Sam Young running the PPG colors, struggling today in 40th. And then we've got the 28 of Landon Smith Jr. and the 71 of Matthew Rodriguez, who had a career day last week at Texas. Got that first top 10 of his career. So at the front of the field, Allyson Rayne's putting the pressure on Nate Rogers. As Samet Oskin has made it by Charles Sanford for 4th place.
Yeah, one thing about Nate, he seems to be a little bit loose entering the middle of the corner. We'll watch that battle closely as William Brock's getting under threat from Cole Deaver back there.
Seth Cole still 6th, Turner 7th, Kev Shearer down to 8th, Rowe 9th, and Tringali 10th, as Deaver will take 11th away from William Brock. Deaver had a great car back at Texas, too. He jumped up to 14th in the points with his first top 10 of the season. And now he's looking for more, as 5-time winner in his career, hasn't won since 2019. See them starting to single it out here. This is where we're really going to see tire wear come into play. We're down to about 7/10 here at the front. 8 laps into the run. Fall off really kicks in near the end. And draft runs are really going to start to be huge. You got to set people up. You got to get the draft runs. Everyone drives this track more or less the same. They do all the braking before the corner. And then they're on the gas through the corner and out. So how much you can get on the brakes is really going to determine if you can pass someone or not, as Rayne was about to run over Nate Rogers there into turn 2.
Oskin's coming, Zach. He seems to be the best out of all 4 of these, it seems like.
Fastest lap on the day right now is by Samet Oskin, a 51.911. Sorlin second with a 919. Rayne, the only other driver under a 52.0 at a 977. Oskin is coming. He's the fastest car on the track right now out of the top 5, as Charles Sanford is falling back. So don't look now, but Samet Oskin might want to get win number 1 on the season today at Pocono, as he really can throw it into the corner.
All of a sudden, Nate's close back to Zorlin. Seems like it's a race of cat and mouse right now. No one wants to be the leader. You turn through the grip strip, as I like to call it, that strip of pavement all the way to the start-finish line almost.
Oskin's going to make a move on Rayne for 3rd. You can just see he's able to brake so much later into the corner, and he'll take the position away with ease. Rayne's going to fight back on the top, though. Can't quite do it. Put Samet Oskin up to 3rd. He's the lone Ford Mustang up here. Want to talk about manufacturers for a little bit? Chevrolet currently has 6 wins on the season. Ford 1 win and Dodge 1 win. Toyota was 0. If you look at Cherokee Pro Truck Series competition, it has been a Chevy all season. I don't even think we realized that one, Vince.
No, we did the when we were in Rockingham, Charlotte last night. We took the flight up here. We didn't talk about that.
A Chevrolet with 5 wins in Cherokee Pro to start the year, 6 wins down here, or up here in Digital Storm Cup, I should say, with the last 2 wins going to Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Just want to talk about the point spread real quick, as Oskin's going to make a move on Nate Rogers for 2nd. Allyson Rayne has a 158-point lead over 11th in the points, Keith Rich. I mean, you go to the top of the standings, and it's just been pure consistency from the top 6, top 5 drivers. 7 top 10s, of course, for Rayne and Seth Cole. 6 top 10s for Sanford, Oskin, Fitzwater, and Dylan Young. Only driver with 5 top 10s on the season right now is race leader Jonathan Zorlin, as Nate Rogers holds off Oskin for second. And Vince, I believe you had a thought to say as Charles Sanford is falling back to Seth Cole there in 5th.
The manufacturer dominance, it really is a testament to the off-season programs these teams have. You see Oskin, whoa, Zorlin way out there. The off-season programs these people had. And now when you look at the first 5, 6 races of the season, or 9 here in the Cup Series, I think it's just a testament to these manufacturers learning, understand the OEM and all this. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ford comes back. Toyota, obviously, we know the struggles because of the limited resources and teams, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ford starts playing a role in Dodge at certain tracks, too.
Oskin making another move on Nate Rogers for second place. Can he get it done this time? It looks like he will. So move the 2020 Digital Storm Cup champion up to second place. Pit stops looming closer and closer. Cloudy weather could have these drivers pitting earlier. If it does, we could be seeing a 2-stop today. As behind him, Charles Sanford under fire from Seth Cole, who can really throw it in compared to Sanford. That's for 5th place. Alexander Rowe is up to 7th. Cole Deaver 8th. Zach Flickinger 9th, and put William Brock inside the top 10. As Kev Shearer, Jesse Turner, and Nico Tringali have fallen outside of the top 10. And indeed, pit stops early.
It's 2-stopper.
On lap 14 to 15, Seth Cole is going to be the first one to pit. Shelton, Tringali, Quinton Moore, Priya McShane coming down with him.
It's a good call. I think the tire fall is huge here. About a second, maybe a second and a half in the back. Why not roll the dice? If it is a clear 2-stopper. We see Matt Rod, though. The guy, ironically, he likes to stretch things. Let's see if he can do it again.
It'll be a 4-tire pit stop for everybody as Oskin is looking for the race lead. Rayne looking for 3rd from Nate Rogers.
Yeah, Nate's falling off a little bit.
Oskin's going to hold off, and I think Sorlin, rather, is holding off, and Sorlin's going to pit.
So is Rogers.
And Oskin's going to be the one driver from the top 4 to stay out, so he's going to try and overcut his fellow competitors. Cole Deaver will stay on the racetrack. Dylan Young will stay on the racetrack. Dylan Young had worked his way up to 13th before pit stops. He hadn't made a lot of ground early, Vince. He was still, like 27th, but it looks like he was able to start moving forward. RJ Bishop stayed out. Laura Chung, Alex Ferranti, Sam Young, Hamid, Matt Rod, and Edwin Justice. You can gain some valuable time here by being able to throw it in the pit road and then overcutting.
Look at the stacked pit road. That's another reason Prywater's staying out.
Sorlin's going to get out first. Rayne right there in 2nd. Nate Rogers in 3rd. And here comes Seth Cole. Will Seth Cole pass Alexander Rowe? Yes, he will. And William Brock will yield to Zach Flickinger coming out of the pits. And everyone else will come in on lap 16 to 17. So 2-stop race for sure. So we were wrong on the pit window again, Vince. I guess I got mistaken. I thought they could go 20 laps, but it was really 14 to 16 the entire time.
Well, it could have been if it was sunny. I think it's just because of the clouds. You're using more throttle. The lap times are a little bit more consistent. Tire falls a little less than I would think the sun is. You see Zorlin. See if he blasts by Oskin, if that was a good call by Oskin. I think Zorlin should have the lead, though.
Oskin will come out of pit road. And Sorlin will have the race lead, but Oskin's not going to lose a ton of time. Allyson Rayne will take 2nd. We'll see if Nate Rogers gets any kind of run here to maybe take 3rd. Remember, there is a lap of cold tires where it's hard to get on them get the grip under braking. It looks like it'll be down to these 4 drivers right now. So yeah, Nate is going to take third away because of cold tires on the 22, but once the 22 gets moving, he'll be zooming. Seth Colin 5th out of our undercutters, Alexander Rose 6th, Charles Sanford 7th, Shelton 8th, Tringali 9th, and William Brock rounds out the top 10. As Dylan Young came out of pit road ahead of Cole Deaver, Dylan Young, also on the third group, is up to 15th place. How about Peter Onjak with the pit strategy, got himself up to 17th?
He's been really good with pitch strategy. If I recall, Denver, they played something similar, and they were up there.
Man, the Evans, Ellison, Turner, that's the top 20. Kukulon, Ace Rogers, Derek Hamill, Andrew Rich just still struggling, 24th place. There's Diego Yepes, Logan York, RJ Bishop, Ferranti, McIntyre, Hudson, Chung. A lot of the overcutters here at the back of the field, of course. Fitzwater not having the day he wanted at all. He is still in 36th place, so while Dylan Young was able to move forward, Fitzwater has been unable to do so. Osmain Hamid, of course, struggling. As Lane Sanders finds himself in last place. The rookie out of Stuart Haas Racing comes into this thing 26th in the point standings, so he's kind of close to that danger zone of falling outside of the top 30. See, drivers that made today's event that are outside the top 30 are close to being outside the top 30, or in the top 30, I should say. Geez, getting kind of jumbled right now. Alex Ferranti, 32nd in the standings, 10 points behind Sam Young. James Ellison, 11 points behind Sam Young, so Ellison looking like he could potentially jump up. Foster Henderson is running poorly right now as well. Henderson, 29th in the point standings.
Zach, we got his lead change up front. Something happened early. He just lost a chunk of time.
Allyson Rayne to the race lead. As Samet Oskin is back here, 2.8 seconds back. Oskin has not been running fast at all. Possibly a poor setup adjustment.
Only thing I can think with Oskin on the second run, if he actually stretches it to lap 32, it's he'll take less fuel compared to these people here going maybe 15, 30. Oh, well, Seth Cole, though, that's a surprise. He took an undercut, and he's passing Oskin.
I'm wondering if the 22 has a problem because he is rather slow. No problem that we can see, but he is running 0.6 of a second slower than someone who pit 2 laps earlier than him. That's not all draft right there. That is possibly something wrong on the 22. Up at the front, Allyson Rayne took the lead away from Zorlin. Remember, Zorlin, Rayne, and Nate Rogers all pit on the same lap. But looks like Rayne's team might have made the right adjustments once again, looking to give her win number 4 on the season and tie her with Andrew Rich for 12 wins all time.
Zorlin's hanging in there. He's hanging in, though.
Zorlin not giving up just yet. Want to touch back on the top 30 thing. So Henderson, Sam Young not running too well. Ferranti not running too well. But Ellison was inside the top 20. He still is. He's in 18th place. Ellison could find himself top 30 locked into the Dodge Motordrome. He's been qualifying very well in Go or Go Home as well. No one else aside from RJ Bishop, 38th in the points. And Priya McShane, 44th in the points, that we've seen doing well. As we've got a caution on the racetrack.
Oh, this changes everything.
They are going to probably be right in the edge of the making it on fuel window here, because it would be 17 to go if they come to pit this time by. Oh, and we've had
big one.
We've had a crash in turn 2 involving Matthew Rodriguez. He's got heavy back end damage. Looks like Edwin Justice was involved. No one on pit road. Osmain Hamid has damage. And that appears to be it. So a wreck at the back of the field. This is what Fitzwater really needed.
Same with Dylan Young for that matter, too. To get his top 10 march going.
Dylan Young had made it up to 12th. What a run forward for Dylan Young after starting 33rd. And it looks like everyone's going to come to pit road. This could be the money stop, Vince.
This is going to be a close, tight fuel window. I mean, we saw last night, even though it was a different track, what happened with the fuel at the end. But I think they save enough. This could be the winning. This could be the winning stop for one of these teams. Let's see.
Well, I would be a little concerned because if you can't, being in draft in cloudy conditions really helps you save fuel. So if you lead the entire second stint here, I would be a little concerned about making it that full 17 laps. Oskin made it 16, and he was in draft the entire time.
You want to be the leader. Well, we'll get back to that on the restart, but the good thing is they'll have some caution laps to save as well. So they probably could make it, but it will be close for some people at the front maybe.
So
4 tires is the call.
Yep. 4 tires and fuel for everyone. Let's see who our top 10 is coming off of pit road. And it's going to be Tringali, Rayne, Zorlin, Seth Cole Rowe, Oskin, Dylan Young, Sanford, Shelton, Zach Flickinger, Brock. Really close race off there. Peter Onjak came out there, I believe, top 15.
Nate Rogers, a terrible stop.
Fitzwater not with a good stop at all, but wow, Nico Tringali. A pit stop out of nowhere. And it looks like Zorlin is actually second. I believe the exit line is a little later than we thought it was.
We'll have to redo the order.
Looks like Zorlin second, Rayne third, Sethko fourth, Rowe fifth, Oskin sixth, Dylan Young seventh, Sanford, Shelton, Zach Flickinger, the new top 10.
Dylan Young, man, from 33rd to 7th, you got some credit right there. That's a heck of a run.
While Dylan Young has made his way forward, Fitzwater is still down in the dumps outside the top 30. But let's take a look and see what brought out our first caution flag of the day. We're racing for 38th place back here. Man, so Matthew Rodriguez is trying to pass Osmain Hamid with help from Edwin Justice. Matt Rod's just going to inch his way up thinking he's clear. He's not clear at all. Contact gets made into the wall. Hamid goes and around goes to 71, and then Justice has no time. 190 miles an hour going into turn 2.
Hamid right back into Justice. They're going to go in that escape row right there and come back up. What comes down, let's come up.
See, Justice got right in the grass. Matt Rod hard off the back end. Justice with heavy contact as well. Hamid drives away. Lane Sanders misses this, but wow, what a crash. Let's take on board here with the 18 of Justice. On board with the 18 of Edwin Justice. Oh, it looks like Matt Rod was clear, and then Hamid got a run. Oh, and then Hamid just came down and body slammed the 18. It's a tough break to both those drivers' days. We'll see if they continue the race. Getting ready to go back racing here at Pocono Raceway. We're going to have 14 laps to go, so if these drivers saved enough here under caution, they should be able to make it to the finish. Nico Tringali with a shocking pit stop from his team has taken the race lead. Jonathan Zorlin in second, Allyson Rayne down the third, Seth Cole fourth, Alexander Rowe fifth, Samet Oskin sixth, Dylan Young with a drive up from 33rd to 7th here today. Charles Sanford 8th, Jessica Shelton 9th, and Zach Flickinger rounds out the top 10. William Brock, Peter Onjak, Kev Shear, Priya McShane, Cole Deaver, Amanda Evans, Nate Rogers had a bad stop. We saw him fall down to 17th. James Ellison rounds out the top 20. Andrew Rich has been struggling today. He's in 25th. We'll see if he'll get to do anything in regards to trying to move forward. This has thrown out the tire overcut-undercut game. Fitzwater still struggling. He is down in 35th. Let's see if he has a chance to move his way forward, as everyone involved in the accident is continuing the race. All right, Vince, what do you think as I stumble on my tongue again? Who's going to win this race?
40-lap race here. We have 14-lap run to the finish. I don't know if I want to be the leader, honestly, man. I just don't think it's going to work the first 2 or 3 laps with the new tires. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think Rayne and Cole are in the best position. But we'll see. They just seem to have the better run here, as I'll take us back to green here on lap 27 at Pocono Raceway.
Well, my money's on Jonathan Zorlin. Maybe even Samet Oskin, who's going to be the first one to peek out of line. William Brock, Cole Deaver, and there's Jonathan Zorlin on his teammate. Gone. Zorlin right back to the lead. Didn't take him no time at all. And put Allyson Rayne back up the second. Tringali just doesn't have that fast of a car today. They got him done on pit road, but he is already falling backwards.
Dylan Young looking for a top 5. What a run.
Dylan Young looking to gain some points on Zachary Fitzwater Sr., who's still stuck at the back. See them jockeying all around there in the draft down the straightaway. Charles Sanford will make a move on Alexander Rowe. That's for 7th place. And he'll go for another one on Dylan Young.
A little too low there on exit, though. I think Rowe will get back at him a little bit. Here comes Oscar underneath, though. 4th.
For 4th place, Oskin on Seth Cole. He was really fast in the first run, and then something happened during their strategy, and they fell back. I wonder if they got it fixed. He'll fall in line to 4th. Dylan Young's going to follow him, looking for a top 5 after starting 33rd. Dylan Young really believes this is the year they could win the championship, especially after Oskin got Team Penske their 2nd title last year. Oskin will dive it in on Tringali. Dylan Young will drop low, looking to follow through. So it looks like Tringali's got no race-winning pace at all, so now Oskin will try and close the gap on Rayne and Zorlin. Sanford trying to push Dylan Young past the 7. Seth Cole's stuck there on the top side. Zach Flickinger up to 9th over Jessica Shelton, as Nate Rogers finds himself back up to 12th. Remember, he was top 3 pace, and he's trying to work his way back inside the top 10.
The problem is, Zach, now I think can Oskin have enough time to get back to the leaders? That's the key. We're saying he got some draft help, but can he make up the 1.3 seconds, or it could be less here? Let's see.
It looks like Tringali was really holding them up, though. They've got 1.2 seconds and 11 laps to do it. If you close a 10th a lap, you should be able to get at least back to the bumper of the 51. If these three
also remember they're going to battle too.
If these 3 stay in line and work together, they could get up there. It looks like Rayne is falling behind Zorlin there, at least out of turn 1. See, Dylan Young's got such a run. He's just trying not to run over his teammate. That's going to open the door for Charles Sanford to take 4th place. As Rowe, Zach Flickinger up to 7th place. Shelton, and it looks like Tringali just doesn't have it. I'm almost wondering if we just missed them taking 2 tires on that pit stop, and that's how they got the lead in the first place.
Peter Onjak up there, he's been a hard charger too. He was nowhere early.
I'm pretty sure Tringali's on 2 tires here because he cannot run faster than a 53.4 even on the top. So I believe they took 2 tires, Vince, and we just totally missed it.
Tough break. I don't like that strategy call. Then it seems to me that I don't know. Sanford's trying to go underneath Oscar. I don't know. They got to stay in line, I think, to catch these 2.
Looking at our top laps on the day, Fitzwater ran a 51.957 at some point. He is still struggling down in 34th place. So put Charles Sanford up to 3rd. Could Charles Sanford come up here and surprise us, Vince, at the end of this race?
We saw something similar to this in real life. Not going to say anything about that, but we saw something similar in real life. Can it happen here? Sanford's down 9-10. This could happen. It could really happen.
Sanford is flying. Meanwhile, Cole Deaver up to 9th. Seth Cole down to 10th as Tringali continues to hold up the bottom line.
And the pack.
How about Andrew Rich moving inside the top 20 for the first time today? He's running that top side because the bottom is getting held up. Battles at the front. Allyson Rayne looking for the lead on Zorlin. She must have got a good corner. Holy goodness gracious. Charles Sanford is right here.
He's there. He's there. Not only this, Zach, but are we going to have a Sebring round 2? Is this the sequel here?
Rayne to the lead with 8 laps to go. Charles Sanford going for 2nd place. Sanford couldn't get by Rayne at Sebring.
It's brought Dylan Young and Oskin back into play, too. Here we go.
Here's the move for the lead going into turn 2. Sanford got better grip under the brakes. And he'll take the lead, Charles Sanford. They must have done something on that pit stop because they were a non-factor early on. Put the S3 Motorsports driver up to the lead looking for what would be his 4th career win in the Digital Storm Cup Series and the first season where he would get multiple victories. Sorlin was looking for 2nd. He falls back in line in 3rd. Oskin 4th. Young 5th. How about Alexander Rowe having a day up here in 6th? Deaver's up to 8th over Shelton. As the top 10 is pulled away, William Brock up to 11th. As Andrew Rich has found himself on the inside line, trying to stay inside the top 20.
Another battle up front. I see it.
Rayne's not giving up yet. She's right there on Charles' back bumper.
This isn't over yet by any means. Orland's falling off a little bit. I think Austin's quicker. He just needs to get around. Sanford's a little higher in the grip strip. Rayne's a little lower. I'm following it here, Zach. Sebring round 2 has now begun. Here we go. Last 6 laps. What we got?
I'm starting to think that we're going to see Rayne and Charles Sanford battling for wins a lot this year. Or maybe just anybody battling for wins with Allyson Rayne this year.
Rayne is flirting with disaster with the turn-in, but let's see what happens on the back.
And you got to wonder if Sorlin, Oskin, or Dylan Young have anything to say about this. I thought Dylan Young maybe had a shot to drive up through the field and go for the win. Look at Zorlin on the brakes there in turn 2.
The draft is killer. And there we go. He's looking for 2nd.
Don't give up on Jonathan Zorlin just yet. He's going to throw it into turn 3. Now Oskin's got to look on Rayne for 3rd.
I think Oskin's going to have help from Young, but Rayne just has a better exit off of 3 there.
And we have a caution.
That's it. Is he going to be a 1-lap shootout or the race is over?
5 laps. 5 laps to go. I believe we'll have a 1-lap shootout as there is a mess. Quinton Moore out of turn 3.
Oh, Zach. Now
Oh, Matthew Rodriguez. It's a problem with the 71. Oh, there's no problem with the 71. He's just so heavily damaged. He's down there near the wall. Oh, there is a ton of tire marks coming out of turn 3. Disaster for Quinton Moore's day. Looks like maybe McIntyre and Justice got involved in another one. Amanda Evans was up near the top 20 earlier. Maybe she had something to do with this. Teammates getting together, maybe.
Now all the eyes come down to pit road. Do we see a pit stop? That would be game changing. Doesn't look like they're drifting well, though. I think we're safe.
They took the line, the caution with 5 to go. Based on my recollection of how the rules work, we should have at least a one-lap shootout. Not seeing any takers for pit road.
Probably some damaged cars. That's about it. Should be the only ones taking any type of fuel or assistance. You've got a 1 or 2 with the Tringali, with him being such a pain in terms of speed. I 2-tire call. Maybe that kind of.
He fell. He fell to 19th place. We'll take a look and see what brought out our second caution flag of the race. This has really changed up the finish of this one. Taking a look for our second caution of the day, you're going to watch McIntyre move up in line in front of James Ellison. Going into turn 3. Ellison makes a move to the inside line. McIntyre's trying to go past Tringali. Contact gets made here. That turns the 99 up the track right in front of Logan York, who has nowhere to go. Now, these guys straighten it out, and they keep it moving forward.
Right.
Now, right here, Quentin Moore. These guys are going to go splitting the middle here. Fitzy gets into Amanda Evans, a teammate, down into Quentin Moore, a teammate.
EGM sandwich.
EGM double-decker sandwich. And then Fitzwater gets back in the Moore here. There's still 3-4 wide craziness going on here through turn 3 after the accident, and Fitzwater's just going to turn Moore up into the outside wall. Colt Hudson gets slammed. And then Matthew Rodriguez is going to hit the 89. And that spins him around. McIntyre coming back. It's just going to miss the 89 car. Wow, what a crash, Vince.
Yeah, that was something. Just 5-6 wide almost on the grass. Got wrong.
This could potentially set up a one-lap shootout. Let's go on board with 2 drivers here. On board with Levi McIntyre. Gets it straightened out. Falling. More chaos. Ooh, Evans got on the wall there. Oh, and great avoidance there by McIntyre. On board with the 93 of Colt Hudson. Oh, look at the way it just jacks the car up off the track. Back and forth, gets it under control. And with that, we'll see if we have a restart. We'll get you back to live coverage either way. It's time for another one-lap shootout here in the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. Quentin Moore, Matthew Rodriguez out of the race from their damage. Let's give you a top 10 rundown. Charles Sanford with a surprise top car here at the end of this thing. He leads it. Zorland second, Allyson Rayne third, Oskin fourth, Dylan Young fifth, Rowe, Zach Flickinger, Deaver, Shelton, and Seth Cole the top 10. Jesse Turner had fallen down to 20th. He's back up to 11th. Brock in 12th, Nate Rogers 13th. Onjack's been having a solid day in 14th. Andrew Rich finally finds himself top 15. Kukulon 16th, McShane 17th. Kev Shearer 18th. Tringali 19th, we know took 2 tires for sure now. And Ellison 20th. Anyone behind Tringali likely not going to move too far forward. Logan York stayed out with hood damage from that accident. And Fitzwater just hasn't had any luck. He is down in 37th place. But all our eyes are on the front of the field. Vince, I asked you on the last restart who was going to win this thing. I'm going to ask you again. I got my money on Jonathan Zorland making a move here.
Yeah, no, this time I can't see Sanford doing it. Zorland just seems to be the best on takeoff. I'd be stunned, though. If Sanford pulls this off, it's definitely earned. I don't think Rayne has anything unless Rayne makes a move on Zorland, and that will end it. I think that's Sanford's only hope. Rayne makes the move on Zorland, and he cruises, or Sorlin just gets a heck of a run to 1. Here we go. One lap, baby.
Charles looking for a career win number 4. First multi-win season. Sorlin looking for career win number 9. And to continue his win streak of winning in every season, Rayne's the one peeking the nose first. Oskin makes the first move. Deaver, Jesse Turner, McShane. There it is by Jonathan Zorlin in the turn 1.
That's it, I think. I think that's going to do it if he can clear.
Oh, no, wait. Charles is fighting back on the top.
Hey, Rayne's fighting back. This could Sanford with the heck of a run.
Charles is clear. He's clear of Sorlin.
Oh, here's the brakes, though. Sorlin's good on the brakes.
Sorlin dives it into turn 2.
Oh, this is going to come down to 3. Does he make the move here? Last turn.
Does Sorlin make another attempt at it? He's not looking.
I think that's it. Sanford held him off.
Out of turn 3, second win in 2021. 4th in his career, Charles Sanford wins at the Tricky Triangle. What a finish, man.
We were both wrong. I thought for sure when he got inside that was it, but just got loose on the exit, tight on the exit of 1 there, and Sanford had that heck of an outside run. So did Rayne to hold off Oskin.
So it looks like the top 10 remains the same from the restart. I think the tires were just so shot that they couldn't get no one could really get any grip there on the inside line. You see one position change there, 12th of Nate Rogers over William Brock. Rich got up to 14th. Looks like
Tringali fell back.
Jack lost 2 spots. And yeah, as you mentioned, Tringali fell to 24th. Yepes with the top 20 run. Fitzwater 36th on the day. That's got to be the tough break of the day award right there. What a finish here today, though, at Pocono Raceway. Definitely always a fun track. I can't believe we didn't go to this track in 2019.
Definitely going to be on the agenda to come back.
What a race here today. Well, we'll see you guys next week for the Dodge Motordrome. Both series are running at the short track. It is our first short track race of the season. Surprisingly, it's taken this long. And as usual, short tracks do not have caution flags, so expect strategy racing and maybe a little bit of chaos as we head up to New York City for the first short track race of the season, as we continue our East Coast swing following our West Coast swing. And then that'll take us over to the Midwest. So that'll do it for me and Vince here today at Pocono Raceway. And we will see you guys next week for the Dodge Motordrome.
Not enough.